All right, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started here, and I appreciate everyone's time and patience. I know that thanks to the session running through this, we had to make some minor adjustments, but we want to welcome each and every one of you here today for the continued discussion surrounding Senate Bill 5 and its impact on collective bargaining here in the state of Ohio. In a recent USA Today poll, it shows that over 60% of Americans are concerned and believe that collective bargaining is important. So I think that it's important for us to remember now. I just want to interrupt and say that I'm not 100% sure if it was 61% or
61.
But 61% think that we need to keep collective bargaining, meaning that they are opposed to the repeal. So I just want to be clear that 61% applies to the opposition of repeal, which I guess then in effect is in support of continuing collective bargaining. That being said, we are very lucky here today to have members of the General Assembly and members that previously served in 1983 when collective bargaining came into the statute in the Ohio Revised Code. I do want to recognize State Senator Tom Sawyer, who will be available for questions. He was here in 1983 and is currently serving on the Insurance, Commerce, and Labor Committee, and my colleagues in the House and Senate as well. One other thing I do want to take the opportunity to point out, because there's been a lot of discussion surrounding collective bargaining and its connection to state budgets. And we've heard a lot in the press about pensions and state pensions and what are we doing about state pensions. And I think that everybody in this room is clear, but there might be people at home or people in other places that are watching Wisconsin that are unclear on the fact that the state pension issues are not dealt with at all in Senate Bill 5. They are in Senate Bill 3, they are in House Bill 69. They are not addressed at all on this issue. So, I just wanted to sort of clear the record in that regard. Again, I think that everyone in this room has been following the legislative issues closely enough to understand that there is a break between the two, but I do think that it's important to note that those issues are being dealt with separately in both chambers. At this time, I want to take this opportunity to turn over the program to my colleague in the House, Assistant Minority Leader Matt Salazzi from the Toledo area, who has extensive legal experience, particularly as it pertains to labor management and whatnot. So without further ado, Representative Salazzi.
Thank you, Leader. I appreciate it. And I would also like to introduce, I have one of my colleagues from the House, Representative Kenny Yuko, here with me, and I think he shares in my belief and the belief of our colleagues that this is, Senate Bill 5 is an unwarranted and unnecessary assault on middle-class workers in the state of Ohio. And I've fielded literally hundreds of calls, as I know my colleagues have as well, and one of the messages that I'm really trying to convey, Ohio's refuse workers, firefighters, our teachers, our police officers, these folks are not wealthy people. But, like all of us, they want a decent wage and benefits to protect their family. And they want job security. In Toledo, particularly in the wake of this horrific recession, if you ask the workforce to pitch in a little bit more on their health insurance, to take a wage freeze, to take a wage reduction, nobody wants to do that, but our public sector folks have done that. You threaten them and their job security and threaten to take away their rights to collectively bargain, and you're going to see the kind of emotional reaction that you saw here in the past week that you're seeing in Wisconsin, and I think this momentum is going to build, and it's going to be significant.